Hey, what's going on? I'm John Ming.
Hey, and I'm Darlene B.
For those of you who may not know, recently we took a trip.
Yes.
Our first trip on a plane
Since the Rona
broke out.
Right. And on that trip, we ended up flying, but we also rented a car.
Yes, we rented a car. And in this video, we're going to tell you
Things you need to know before you rent your next car.
You need to shop around.
You better shop around. Hey, you better shop around.
Yes, that's a nice song right there. That's a classic right there.
Shop around for miracles.
Right. I like the segment. I like that. And shopping around, you got your classics. Another thing. You have your Expedias. You have your Travelocity.
Your
Orbits. Hotwire.
Right. Yeah. And when you look at those different sites for finding discounts on cars, you want to make sure that you check the pay now or the reservation and pay later option, because you get discounts or you get a cheaper price when you pay now.
But there's a downside to that.
Right. You have to make sure that you know that you're definitely going on those dates, or that you definitely will be using the car for those dates when you pay now. So you're getting it for less, but you're locked in.
You're locked
You're
in.
locked.
Or you can pay later.
You're locked.
You can pay later and pay more later.
That's true, right? So what's number 2?
Well, you can also make sure when you're shopping around, checking out these websites, these different places, if you have AAA, make sure you put in that AAA number so you can save.
Right. Memberships really come in handy, and we're going to talk more about memberships, so
make sure that you stay till the end.
Right.
And we'll talk about memberships and we'll tell you what we actually did. Number 2. When you're renting your car, if at all possible, make sure you rent away from the airport.
Yes. So we learned about this on this trip because when we looked for different rental cars at this airport, the prices were astronomical, and we were only we needed it for about a week, right? And so,
crazy.
I mean, they were quoting like 700, 800. We're like, what is going on? Come to find out, there was a rental car shortage.
Yeah, which we had no idea before we booked this trip, but we found out.
So we ended up, shout out to my brother, ended up renting the car from another airport. So that's another thing too. If you're coming into a major airport and the car rental prices are like too expensive.
Crazy.
Right.
Option.
Yes. Make sure that you check to see if there are any other local airports that are, not too far away. And then you could end up taking an Uber or Lyft, some sort of ride share over to the airport. And for us, we ended up doing that.
That's what we did.
And it came out cheaper for us to take ride share to the airport, pick the car up, and then we were able to return it back to the major airport.
Right, that we were departing from. But yeah, make sure you just price everything out.
Right.
It could be the same, it could be cheaper, but make sure it's just options. We're trying to give you options out there, and just make sure you check that out.
Right.
And another thing to do is if you can, find it away from the airport.
Yes.
Find it away from the airport. Don't rent from the airport, because come to find out, it seems as much more expensive if you rent from the airport.
We would have done that on this trip, but there weren't anything around. Like, I don't know, the airport had all of the cars that they didn't have. But anyway, I digress. So
also, another tip when before you're renting your car, you can also check out your wholesale clubs.
Yes. This was a game changer.
Oh my goodness.
Honestly, for us.
Game changer, eye opener.
Right. let us know if you guys knew that you can rent cars through your wholesale club memberships.
Yeah, your BJ's, your Sam's Club, or Costco.
And Costco, right? So we ended up renting through Costco, and we are going to tell you more about our experience renting the car through Costco. But let us know down in the comment section
if you've done that before, if you even knew you can go through Costco, or like I said, or your wholesale clubs, if you've done it before, what your experience was. We'd love to know. We'd love to know.
Have you rented a car through Costco Travel? And let me tell you, whenever we go to Costco, we normally see the pamphlets or the booklets of like the Costco Travel with cruises or you know, different voyages or excursions.
Yeah, vacations.
Right. But never had any idea that you can rent a car.
Never.
So
hopefully we're not the only
gonna
people.
learn today.
Yeah, we learned. Hopefully we weren't the only people to know this, to know this.
Right.
But we learned today. We learned.
Right. So what ended up happening? So you go to Costco, and one of the great things, or some of the great things about renting from Costco is, well, for us, like we said, it ended up being the cheapest price out of all of the prices that we looked at.
After shopping around.
After shopping around. And just like the other sites that we mentioned earlier, you can reserve your car or your booking without putting money down, without paying now.
No credit card, nothing like that. And just reserve it with your Costco membership, and that's it.
So, you know, so every member gets exclusive discounts from using Costco. They work with some of the major rental car companies like Alamo, Enterprise, Avis, and Budget. Right? And one of the things we ended up liking is that they don't charge additional money for an extra driver. So
I think most rental car companies ask you that question. They charge a fee. With this is a plus. That's definitely a plus.
Every time that we've rented a car before, we usually just have one driver because you know, you don't want to pay the extra cost for another driver. Make sure though, with the no reservation fee, you have to do it online. So I think they give you a choice whether you call for Costco Travel or you do it online. For the no reservation fee, it is an online booking, okay? And yeah, no cancellation fees. Like I said, it worked out really, really well for us. John, talk about your experience.
Well, the experience, one, booking it. When you go on there, you go on to Costco.com, I believe you pick travel, you'll see it I think it's right there on the front page. And once you open it up, you type in where you want to go, the dates and all that stuff. And the interface is real good because you see you see all the rental car companies, you see all the prices, and you see all like the different levels, the economy, the SUV, all the different compact, all type of cars that are available, and the prices from each one right there. Right in front of you, so you can just scroll and look. You don't have to go to each individual car company. So I think that's a plus. So you see all the information there right in front of you. So that's real good. That's real good.
To compare. So it's almost like
very easy to compare.
Comparing prices on another platform, right? So you got to see, you know, the Alamo, you got to see Avis, Budget, and Enterprise, the different prices and what they are. And the cheapest price for us ended up being through Alamo.
Alamo.
So we rented the car through Alamo. And when we got to the airport, the second airport.
The second airport, we actually took the ride share to go get the car.
We got to the counter. You know, the woman was extremely pleasant.
Good customer service.
Great customer service. No problems. I'm actually so glad that we did do the reservation beforehand because they were like, no walk-ups. That's how impressed all of the airports were. It's like, no walk-ups.
We would have been upset if we just went in there. Would have been upset.
But, you know, she handled us with care, and she ended up, I think, upgrading us.
Yeah, I think we got a Beyonce. We got to upgrade. It's one of those things, you know what you paid for, and then they come out, give you the keys, and they're telling you, like, SUV or compact SUV. SUV, you know, whispering each other's like, did they give us the right car? They know what we paid for? But I guess they saw we were two tall people and said, nah, not the compact, the intermediate car, full-size car is not going to be good for you. So
let's give them a big car.
Yeah, give us a nice car, nice room. So that was nice. Shout out to the person at the counter.
Yes, at Alamo. Right. We really appreciate it. And so, John B, is there anything that you would say is a negative for renting through Costco?
No, I won't say there's any negative. I won't say it's negative. I like the fact that now we know we got more options with our membership. Right. So that's a good thing. Right. And other memberships. So it's like we'll be looking at like 20 places instead of just one. Options, more options. Right. Looking for rental cars. But no, I had no problem. What about you, Darling B? I think the only thing that I would say, really, at least with this trip, the only thing that I would say is I wish that we knew about it earlier. I wish that, although travel is like right up there on the front of the website when you go to the homepage in Costco, I never saw anything about renting a car. So I kind of wish that they put it out there a little bit more. And even some of the other clubs, like, it's like you have to go searching. You got to go down this rabbit hole. Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, to try to find their travel section. But Costco knows the interface was right there. Right. Very easy to navigate. Right. So that would be the only thing, like, because we've been renting cars for a long time, and we've had Costco membership for a long time. So it would have been nice to have known about this again. But again, shout out to my brother for his help and advice in getting our trip together. But we will be using Costco, at least having them on the lineup to see, to shop around with. Right. And the next go around. Right. So we hope that these tips helped you out, and giving you our opinion about our Costco travel rental car experience, and we hope that you go out and get plenty of discounts. Plenty of discounts. Right. And we just thank you for hanging with us, listening to us, and like Darling B said, we hope that you got value from what we were telling you, what he have explained to you. Yes. And we just thank you again for hanging with us. Yeah, and if you got value, make sure that you give us a like, and you subscribe to and make sure you share it out. So I've heard somewhere sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Just make sure. We thank you. We thank you very much. All right, take care. Take it easy. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to visit us at BandBbiReviews.com. Take care. Bye.